G'day guys, VYC Men Week 1 of finals. We have all 4 elimination games, so 1v4 and 2v3 crossovers from each pool, and we'll get stuck right into it as we have Melbourne, who finished first, come up against 4th place Eltham. Now, Melbourne's NBL 1 team are out of the finals, so they're going to be fully stacked here. They're going to have Mason Gaze, Taj Cheel, Andrew Gaze, the absolute legendary man, at the helm here. Is going to be a very, very interesting game because regardless of who Melbourne have had in the past, Mark, they've sort of got this season done. They've finished first and they've done it extremely well.
Yeah, and they're a formidable team. Even when they're missing some of those guys, they've managed to snag a couple of wins along the journey, and they've just got some really good players and lots of scoring weapons. I think that's what I noticed with them most. And but let's not write off Eltham, because Eltham, for a 4th place team, they're a real danger team. Bandelovsky, Zana Gosta, Zach Cunningham,
Mitch Blackburn, big in the centre.
We're not talking about a team that's rubbish here. This is going to be a real test for Melbourne, and they're going to bring their best if they want to make sure they advance to the next round.
Yeah, absolutely. And Eltham have been thereabouts for a number of years now. Been in finals opportunities in the past, or very, very recent past. So absolutely watch this space. This is a huge one to have a look at on this Saturday night. But we move forward. Sandringham come up against Diamond Valley. Sandringham finishing second in their pool. Diamond Valley finishing third. The Eagles had a very, very impressive run home. I believe it was 6 on the trot. I think it was.
Yeah, well, they started the year really slowly from memory, and we were sort of watching that space and thinking, what on earth's going wrong here? But thankfully they got it together, and the Polesman brothers have been great. AJ McBeggar holding down the centre as well. They're just a really well-rounded team. Then you look at Sandringham and you're like, well, Joel Foxwell's last sort of six to 8 weeks has been phenomenal. And you wonder, my big question is, who's getting the job on Foxwell? Who's going to slow him down? How are you going to do it?
It's a great question, to be honest. I'm not really sure. I think they're just going to, you'd put probably Nathan Polesman on him, I would think, and just sort of see how you go, because you just got to contain him as best you can with the pieces that Sandringham got, because they've got an abundance of shooters around them, and especially when they have a non-clash with the NBL 1 team.
Yeah.
Like Kalen Keto comes in, Ned Dillon comes in as well. And they got Jared Remy, who can shoot the ball, Jasper Cheney, who can shoot the ball. They got bigs where with size and they can get on the ring. So this Sandringham unit, the limited offense and structure that they sort of run with it's very, very impressive.
Yeah, that's it's going to be a really good game, and it's they've got their work cut out for them, both teams. So moving on, we got Kilsyth playing against Frankston at Kilsyth on Saturday night, and this is sure to be a really exciting one. Frankston making a really good transition into VYC after being the Youth League 1 champions last year, led by none other than Ben Perry and Corey Hastings, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Hastings was just an incredible pickup for Frankston, really. Anyone in VYC, man, would have loved to have had him. He's such a talented young player, and he can do an abundance of things. He's crafty with the ball. He can catch and shoot off the dribble, off pick and roll. He can shoot anywhere as a catch up, as a catch and shoot shooter. But then likes of Perry and Blake Jackson and Pierce and Tom Garrett, when they come in and play, like, this is actually quite an experienced team when you look at it from a whole. But Kilsyth as well, they've been thereabouts for a number of years. Ben Barra's been around for a while. Lockie Van der Vorm's been there. The Haywood brothers. Tom Gosen stepped up a lot this season as well. And they play super quick. They get up and down the floor. They push the pace very, very well. Isaiah Harvey has been a great piece that they added this year. And they just got themselves into a great groove, which they continued throughout the season.
Yeah, and it'll be an exciting chess match to watch between coaches Zach Molt and Duncan Berg as well.
Absolutely.
So that'll be one to watch for sure. And then we go to Sunday and we see first place Dandenong take on 4th place Ringwood.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. Dandenong I believe Justin Arce has gone off to college. I think he went a few weeks ago. So which is, that's a massive piece. Massive piece for Dandenong. But same as Melbourne, their NBL 1 team didn't make finals, so pieces have come back. So James Roche has stepped into that lineup, and no doubt I would think he'd start and play quite a big role in that game. Trent Andre has been big, and Coach Jason Manton's done an awesome job moving from Nuttawading last year. But you look at Ringwood as well; they've been thereabouts for a number of years. Seb Lees was there; he's now moved on. He was a formidable force, but Lockyer Hale, Bailey Ruff, Ben Lincoln, Hamilton. They've got some insane players. Ramirez. They got some really good bodies here, and they run this offense that they've been doing for years, and it's still hard to guard with their back screens and post catches and off ball cuts and everything. It's not easy to guard, especially how they play defense too.
Yeah, if something isn't broken, don't fix it, Ted.
Absolutely.
Stick with what works, and that's going to be a really dangerous game. With Ringwood being runners up last year, I believe they came from a little bit lower as well. They
did.
If they get on a good run here, Daniel's going to have to bring their best for this one.
Absolutely. That'll be all for us today. Keep a lock, VYC men. Some massive elimination games here. Keep a locked.